You fall into Saturn's atmosphere. The wind is the first thing that breaks you. At the equator, the winds blow at 1,100 miles per hour. The friction against your body generates enough heat to singe your hair, but the air is mostly hydrogen and helium. As you sink deeper, the pressure begins to compress the methane in the clouds. The carbon atoms are squeezed together, they crystallize, it is raining diamonds. Hard, sharp stones the size of marbles are falling at terminal velocity. They pelt you, they tear through your skin, they shatter your bones. You are being stoned to death by precious gems in the dark. You sink further. The pressure turns the diamond rain into a liquid slurry. You are drowned in a sea of molten carbon. The gravity is slightly less than Jupiter's, so your agony lasts longer. You stay conscious long enough to feel the pressure move from your skin to your marrow. Then you are gone. You step out of the airlock. You are wearing a standard flight suit, not a pressurized EVA gear. You have no protection. The silence is the first thing you notice. Sound cannot travel in a vacuum. You think you should hold your breath. That is your first mistake. The pressure outside your body drops to zero. The air trapped in your lungs expands instantly. It tears through the delicate tissue of your alveoli. The oxygen bubbles enter your bloodstream and rush to your brain. This is an air embolism. It causes a massive stroke within seconds. If you are smart, you exhale before you step out. Even then, you are not safe. The water on your tongue begins to boil. The moisture in your eyes begins to boil. This is not heat. This is the boiling point of liquids dropping because there is no pressure to hold them together. You feel the spit on your tongue turn to steam. You do not explode. Human skin is remarkably tough. You just bloat. Your soft tissues swell to twice their size. You remain conscious for about 15 seconds. Then, the oxygen-depleted blood reaches your brain. The lights fade to black. Your body remains on the lunar surface for 1 billion years. It does not rot. There are no bacteria here to eat you. You land in the Jezero crater. The sky is a pale, bruised butterscotch. The temperature is minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. You try to breathe. The atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide. It is thin, 1% of Earth's pressure. It feels like trying to breathe through a needle while standing on top of Mount Everest. You gasp. You are hyperventilating, but you are bringing in nothing but poison. Your blood acidity spikes. Your heart rate climbs to 160 beats per minute. You are freezing, but you don't feel the cold yet. The low pressure means your sweat evaporates instantly. It carries away your body heat at a rate your metabolism cannot match. You lose consciousness from hypoxia within a minute. You fall into the red dust. The dust is abrasive. It is perchlorate heavy salt. It eats at your clothes. It enters your lungs. By the time your heart stops, your internal organs are cold. You are a frozen monument. Within weeks, the seasonal winds bury you in fine, silicious sand. You are part of the geology. You stand on the salt flats of the Atacama Desert. The air is thin, but it is air. You exhale. You inhale. You feel the weight of exactly one gravity. Your heart pumps blood to your brain with a familiar pressure. This is the 0 point. This is the standard by which your destruction will be measured. You wait for the sun to set. The temperature drops, you shiver, your body burns calories to keep your internal core at 98.6 degrees. This is a luxury you do not yet realize you have. The earth is forgiving. If you stay here, you die of thirst in 3 days. Your kidneys shut down. Your tongue swells. The lights go out slowly. This is the easy way. This is the mercy of your homeworld. You are standing on the surface of Venus for exactly 1 second. Everything happens at once. The pressure is 90 times that of Earth. This is the equivalent of being 3,000 feet underwater. The air around you is not a gas. It is a supercritical fluid. It is thick, heavy, and hot. The pressure crushes your ribcage instantly. Your lungs collapse like empty soda cans. Your skull fractures, but you don't feel the bones break. The temperature is 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Lead melts at this temperature. The heat moves through your clothes and into your skin in milliseconds. The moisture in your cells flashes into steam. You do not burn in the way you imagine. There is no flame. You simply undergo thermal decomposition. The proteins in your body unspool. The fat turns to liquid. While this happens, it is raining sulfuric acid from the clouds above. The acid doesn't reach the ground. It evaporates before it hits. But the atmosphere itself is a caustic soup. By the time your body hits the basalt rocks, you are a charred, flattened smudge. Total elapsed time, 3 seconds. There is no solid ground on Jupiter. You are dropped from high orbit into the clouds. You fall. The gravity is 2.4 times Earth's. You accelerate faster than you have ever moved. The upper clouds are ammonia ice. They are white and beautiful. It is minus 230 degrees. You are in free fall, but the air is getting thicker. You pass through clouds of ammonium hydrosulfide. They are brown and foul-smelling. The pressure is building. You are now falling through a pitch black abyss. The only light comes from lightning bolts 1,000 times more powerful than those on Earth. The flashes reveal glimpses of massive churning storms. The pressure reaches 50 atmospheres, 100 atmospheres. You are being squeezed from every direction. The heat begins to rise. Jupiter's internal heat is leftovers from the birth of the solar system. By the time you reach the lower layers, the pressure is so intense that the atmosphere has the density of water. You are no longer falling. You are sinking. The temperature rises to thousands of degrees. You are being cooked and crushed simultaneously. Deep below you, the hydrogen becomes a liquid metal. You never reach it. Your molecular bonds break apart under the weight of a planetary mass. You become part of the metallic hydrogen sea. You are a layer of carbon atoms drifting in a world without a floor. You stand on the shores of the Kraken Mare. The sky is a deep, hazy orange. The gravity is low, about 1/7 of Earth's. It feels like a dream. Then the reality of the chemistry hits. The temperature is minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. The water in the sea is not water. It is liquid methane and ethane. You are standing on ice that is as hard as granite. You try to move, but your joints are already freezing. The heavy nitrogen atmosphere is thick. You can't breathe it, but it doesn't crush you. It just saps the heat out of you at an impossible rate. You fall into the methane sea. You don't sink quickly because the liquid is dense and the gravity is low. You bob on the surface. The liquid methane enters your mouth. It freezes your esophagus instantly. It turns your lungs into glass. You shatter from the inside out. You drift in the orange world, a frozen statue in a sea of natural gas. You are on the closest planet to the sun. There is no atmosphere. If you stand in the sunlight, you are hit with a solar flux of 10,000 watts per square meter. Your skin blisters in a heartbeat. The radiation rips through your DNA. You are being microwaved, but if you step into the shadow of a crater, the temperature drops to minus 280 degrees. You are caught in a cycle of extremes. On the day side, your blood boils in your veins from the heat. On the night side, you turn into a block of ice in minutes. If you stay on the Terminator line, the edge between light and dark, you might survive for a few extra seconds, but there is nothing to breathe. The vacuum kills you the same way it did on the moon, but here the sun is massive in the sky. It is a giant white eye watching you die. It roasts your remains until you are nothing but ash and bone. Then the long Mercury night freezes what's left. You are not on a planet anymore. You are approaching the photosphere. You don't even reach the surface. The radiation kills you miles away. First, your retinas burn out. You are blind. Next, the gamma rays and X-rays shred your nervous system. You lose the ability to feel pain because your nerves are literally fried. You are falling into a sea of plasma. The temperature is 10,000 degrees. You don't burn. Burning is a chemical reaction involving oxygen. There is no oxygen here. You undergo plasma transformation. Your atoms are stripped of their electrons. You're no longer a person. You're no longer matter. You are an ionized gas. You are a puff of protons and electrons added to the sun's mass. You will spend the next million years bouncing around inside the sun's core. You will be light. You will be heat. You will finally be part of the engine of the universe. This is the end of physics. You approach the event horizon. The gravity at your feet is stronger than the gravity at your head. This is tidal force. The jargon for what happens next is spaghettification. You are stretched. Your vertebrae pull apart. Your cells are elongated into thin threads. You are a mile long. You are 10 miles long. You are a single atom wide and 1,000 miles long. Time begins to break. To an outside observer, you seem to slow down. You freeze at the edge of the black hole, reddening and fading over eons. But from your perspective, you are falling into the center. The entire history of the universe plays out above you in a flash of light. You see the birth and death of stars in a second. Then you hit the singularity. The laws of the universe no longer apply. Space and time swap places. There is no more you. There is no more death. There is only the point of infinite density. You are compressed into a space smaller than a grain of sand. The information that was your life is smeared across the surface of the whole. You are the ultimate endpoint. Nothing remains, not even a ghost.